Welcome to my little series on energy vampires. But today, what we're going to talk about is to make sure you're not one. It's an uncomfortable subject, but not everybody else is wrong, and sometimes we're not guilty. We need to be self-aware because if we are energy vampires and we don't know it, it very well might explain why our lives aren't working out very well. And this could be useful in improving your relationships and allowing yourself to be surrounded by more positive, uplifting people. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Sonia Choquette. I'm so excited to welcome you here. And if you're coming back, welcome back. And thanks for showing interest in this conversation because it is a key to how our relationships unfold. If you have a lot of trouble in relationships, they're no good, they just don't work out, I feel so taken advantage of, I feel unloved, I feel unwanted, nobody wants me at the party, nobody seems to be inviting me, maybe, and you don't know it, and it's not your fault, you're an energy vampire, you are an energy drain, or you might be a critic or a guilt tripper, or maybe you're even a black hole in space, in which case today I'm going to help you not be that anymore because that's all ego stuff. That's not who you really are. Who you really are is a beautiful, bright spirit who has a lot of love and creativity to share and bring to the world, and we got to get that out and going. So, first thing you want to notice is, am I a withholder? Because people who withhold are energy vampires. Do you find yourself around people and you might get jealous or you might get overwhelmed or maybe just intimidated and they're enthusiastic or sharing good energy and you don't say anything? Well, that doesn't feel good. So you can be aware and start offering positive feedback, appreciation. You don't have to go into anything too uncomfortable. You can just say, it's so nice to have spent time with you. Compliment, but from a genuine place. Thank you for sharing that. It was really interesting, or I loved hearing that, or it's nice being around you. Those sorts of things, those comments will change a dynamic dramatically. Every single human wants recognition, appreciation, and acknowledgement. So if you're the giver of that, you're going to be someone they will want around. Secondly, be aware of what you contribute to a conversation. You might be feeling funky and unhappy, and so what you say, you end up thinking out loud and sharing a lot of negative stuff. Years and years and years ago, I was a flight attendant. And when I was a flight attendant, the company I worked for went on strike. And it was really negative. People that were on strike were angry, and so I got angry with them and I complained and complained, and one of my best friends one day said, gee, you're nothing but a bundle of negativity, aren't you? Well, it shocked me. I was, but it hadn't occurred to me that I was no fun to be around and what I was saying was a drag and was like a broken record and feeling very victim-y. I really learned something from that courageous friend who just and it wasn't even a good friend, it was just an acquaintance who just gave me that feedback. And at the time it stung, but it was a game changer for me. I stopped being unconscious and unaware that my words, in fact, have an effect on other people. So do yours. So if your words are constantly negative and complaining and unhappy and downloading, people are going to move away from you. They are going to be drained by you. They are going to be agitated. They are going to be reactive. And they'll start avoiding you, which is also the reason why you may not be having the kinds of relationship experiences you want. So if you can be self-aware, and if you need to download, which we all do, find either an online therapist, which are everywhere now after post-COVID, or a real therapist, or a 12-step group, or some kind of helper group where you can download and you're welcome to, and it helps and you get positive feedback. But don't assume that everyone around you wants to hear this. They don't. They're managing their own stress and anxiety, and to be around a flood of negativity is really hard, especially if it's consistent. So it's okay to download once in a while or just let loose, but if it's the normal way you communicate, please, out of all love and respect for you, be aware that that's a drag. Makes you a drag, and it's making your life not work. So instead, what you can do when you're really negative and overwhelmed is just kind of put that aside and start showing genuine interest in other people. And I mean genuine. Don't fake it because they'll feel it. Ask questions. Take your mind off your problems for a minute. Start saying, how are you? How's your family? How are your kids? How's your job? And offer recognition and compliments. You look beautiful today, even if you personally are feeling like crap. Or if you don't think they look beautiful, it's always kind to offer that the spirit in everyone is in fact beautiful. So to acknowledge that and to share that is really powerful and will start to improve your relationships, because a relationship has to do with how we relate. If how we relate is negative and bummer and self-absorbed and critical as a default, as the way you always show up, people aren't going to want to relate very positively to you. They're going to want to get away. So what you're going to attract is people like that negative, downer energy, and it's a downward spiral. You don't want that. The other thing that you want to watch out for is comparison. If you are comparing yourself to other people, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing a disservice to them. If your comments are always comparing, whether you're one up or one down, you will not feel safe to other people. They're going to think, what do you say when I'm not around? Or do you need to be better than me? Do you feel worse than me? Because if you're better than me, I'm not safe. And if you feel worse than me, then I feel bad about who I am. The whole conversation is just a black hole, an energy drain, an energy vampire drain that leaves no one feeling good. What you can do instead is admire and acknowledge people. Say, that's just so wonderful. I need to find my way to that kind of good feeling. I need to also learn that. You inspire me instead of you make me jealous. And if someone around you is draining or feels like they're struggling, don't take pleasure in that. That is called, I think, Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. It means taking pleasure in other people's misery. That's a very black hole kind of personality, and we can all be guilty of it because our egos are that way. Go to your spirit and the compassion in you and know, I don't wish anybody struggle. Nobody's really trying to wish me struggle. We're just all doing the best we can. So what I want you to know is all these lower channels of negativity, criticism, jealousy, just not being interested in others really unplugs you from your intuition, which is your spirit, your creativity, your guidance, the channel that really shows you how to make life work and will attract the people in your life that will want to work with you. So believe me, this might be an interesting reflection. Nobody wants to ever think I'm the problem, but it's important that we all check in first before we start pointing fingers at anyone else. What do you bring to the situation? What do you bring to the conversation? Here's the antidote to being an energy vampire or a sabotager or someone who's jealous and takes other people out. Here's the antidote that will improve your relationships. A, be interested in other people genuinely. Be interested and ask questions. And don't just ask to fake interest. Ask questions and deeply listen. Appreciate others and let them know you appreciate them. Show them by saying, wow, thank you for sharing, because to share our intimacies with others is a real gift and a risk. If you're feeling negative, own it. Say, today I'm not in the best place. I don't feel good. I feel insecure. Even be so bold if it's a relationship of some intimacy to say, can you just remind me of one good thing about me? So I'm having a hard time with that today. But don't get stuck on it. biggest thing to do is change the channel and take your attention off of the troubles that you're having and put them onto what's good. My mother, when she was alive, used to say to someone every time she met them, "So good to see your beautiful spirit. Tell me, what good is happening in your life? What good, beautiful thing?" She would just set the tone for that conversation, and that would be a way for you to start practicing. You know, when you're in the clouds and life feels funky, just own it. We all have it. And then seek appropriate places to communicate. If you are critical and bitchy and negative and short, it's not about the people around you, however much your ego wants to tell you. It's about you. And if this is pretty regular, you need to look at a couple things. First, basic needs. Are you getting enough sleep, enough rest, good food? Secondly, are you toxic by virtue of over drinking or eating stuff that's just poison for your body? I mean, are you dehydrated? Just take care of the basics, because if your body feels crappy, what comes out's not going to be very positive. And then the next thing to do is to ask for help rather than just go try to drain people with unconsciously wanting to bring them into your frequency so that you don't feel, there's a saying, misery loves company, but the truth is it doesn't. People will not want to be around you if you're miserable. There are plenty of resources to not be miserable. One of them is my book, The Answer is Simple, Love Yourself, Live Your Spirit, which I'll put in the notes below, and the online course you can have for free. Just go to my website and get the free online course, or email Ryan at Sonia Choquette and get the free course to lift your spirit up out of this black hole in space. I will be talking more about this because with our world so stressful and anxiety provoking, we can all fall into that negative energy vampire mode, and it's not who any of us are. No point in judging. It's just important to be aware and change the channel. Get out of that negative ego. Get up to your beautiful spirit, because that's where your higher self, angels, guides, the source of your creator, the loving universe will help you. They can't get through this negative channel, so we got to get out of it. Hope this little tidbit helps you. I hope that you go check out Answer is Simple. It's free. You can have it. Actually, I even put a link to it in the notes below. And be aware. Be aware. Don't be the energy vampire. Don't be the sabotager. Don't be the critic. Don't be the jealous one. It's okay to struggle, but ask for help in the right places in the right way. So, if you enjoyed this, you find it useful, stay tuned. I'll be offering more on this subject, and also click the link below to ring the bell so you know when I do, and we'll just carry on. And I hope you enjoyed the Answer is Simple course. It's online, absolutely free, no strings attached. Okay, all my love. Bye, everyone.